No, not my friends. They're not even my friends. They're not even real. Hi y'all, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Bree. On my channel, we do everything book related, book reviews, book hauls, stuff like that. Mainly, I think it's just been a bunch of like book reviews because Miss Girl has been a little poor, so we don't want to do some book hauls. But I just like to share my thoughts on books I'm reading and everything. Maybe some thoughts about like excitement I have for new books, but for the most part it's just reading vlogs and reviews of those books within the vlog. So today I kind of want to take you with me throughout the week while I mood read. I just finished up a couple books for a video I wanted to do, and then now I'm like, well, I have some time and I want to read for myself. Like, I don't want to do a themed thing, like I want to just kind of pick the books, so we're gonna do that. The book I've been reading, I had picked it up and then I started doing the books for the video, and now I'm gonna go back into the book, is Heartless by Elsie Silver. I finished Flawless in the summer and I loved it, and I then immediately went and bought the rest of the series, and it was so great. But right now I'm on Heartless, and the way that I've been able to just kind of like binge through the book, like I'm reading right now on my Kindle, and I've just been like zooming through, I love it. We are about to head over to Lockhart, Texas to go get some barbecue, which is a pretty decent drive for us. But since I'm not driving, I'm going to be taking my Kindle with me. So I'm going to go ahead and read in the car on the way over there, and maybe on the way back. Yeah, I think on the way back, because I have my Kindle. I had taken it with me, I think, the last time when I went to go get barbecue in Bastrop, and I never finished because I never even got to read it because it got too dark, so I didn't even read. And I took my book and not my Kindle, and I didn't take a book light, so that was my bad. But now we're going earlier and I have my Kindle, so I'm gonna take that and read, and we'll see how far I get along on the drive. Not necessarily the fastest reader, so we'll see, but so far I'm really liking it. I think I'm like past the 10% mark, and the way Willa and Kate talk to each other, I'm like, grr, I know this is gonna be good. Also, the way that Willa puts him in his place, perfect. So perfect. He needed that. And I love it. So I'm gonna do that. We're about to head out. I think Jesus is just gonna finish up what he's doing, and then we're gonna take off. And so I'm excited. And we're going with some of my cousins too, so we'll see. We'll see what happens, guys. Okay, I'm back. I forgot to do this a couple days ago, but I'm officially in the new year. But I forgot to mention, on the last day of the year, I finished Heartless by Elsie Silver. That is the second book in the Chestnut Spring series, and I enjoyed it so much. Like, so much. Yeah, it was like, it was good. There was like, it had a good amount of spice. It had a good amount of like, just, I like the connection between Willa and Cade. It was so cute. And then I like how she was just like not gonna put up with his, like, lack of a better word, bullshit. Like, she wasn't gonna deal with it at all, and I appreciated that so much. She was just funny to me. The way that they interacted with each other was great. I liked it a lot, and I liked kind of seeing how much like he grew to like love her as a person because of just the things that she did. But yeah, so that one was really great. I think I gave that one like 4.5 stars. And the spice was good. The relationship, the emotional connection was good, and I just liked how witty like their banter was. Like, they were just funny with each other, and I liked it. I liked the family. Like, I read Flawless already, and it was good. I liked how funny they were, and I think just kind of getting those pieces of the family back again made me excited. I want to get back into the rest of the series, but I was like, either I jump into the new series or I wait and I finish the series I'm already in the middle of. So I decided to pick up Taming 7 by Chloe Walsh. I'm only like 40 pages into this book. Girl, what the heck? She knows how to set up a way to wreck me, because the way that we get Claire and Gibbsy in the beginning of this book is so good. Like, you get what happened. Like, if you read Binding and Keeping 13, like, you know something happened to Gibbsy. And like, as a character in Binding, Keeping 13 and Redeeming and Saving 6, I loved him. Like, all the moments where he came up made me laugh so freaking hard. And then just reading this one and seeing how like Gibbsy is just almost like a wall he's built up around him, and Claire's the only one that sees that. Oh my gosh, I already know. Like, I already know she's gonna make me like cry for them, because also I love like a like friendship to like lovers trope, and that's very much what this is. But I feel like sometimes that emotional connection, like, it's just there because they've been friends for so long. What I like so far is that you're seeing how his trauma has really connected them and really made him feel so close to her. And I think that's what I like the most. And so far, like, just the points where Gibbsy's like, I feel like, I'm gonna mess this up. I feel like I don't want to ruin our friendship. I feel like I'm horrible. Like, all those thoughts in his head are making me so like I just feel for him, because I know, like, because of what you see in the other books, even though it is a facade, those are still pieces of him. And then what you see in the first couple chapters, it's like you see him, you see how close he is, you see how tender and sweet he is, and Claire's the only one that sees that, and everybody else doesn't. I'm just like, and also Claire's brother is really making me mad right now. Like, Hugh is pissing me off, because if you've read the other ones, you know that there's something that he's hiding. So yeah, as of right now, I'm about like, I think like 8% through this book. I'm gonna keep reading it and keep going. I like it so far. I just want to get caught up on the series. I don't know if she said when the next book is coming out, but this one came out last year and I got it like right when it came out, and I never picked it up. Well, not that I never picked it up. I was trying to get through the other books, and now I'm officially through the other books, and I need to know. Also, like, I've seen mixed reviews on this one. Not that it was bad, just that people's expectations weren't met. And I don't know, like, I really don't have very many expectations for this book. so I'm intrigued to find out what's going on. I also like that this book picks up where Keeping 13 kind of ends, and also like a little bit before where Redeeming 6 ends. So I like that so far. Because now we're going to get glimpses of the other couples, and maybe future couples. We'll get glimpses of them throughout the rest of this book. So I saw something that said that like you get hints of like other side characters, and I think I have a feeling about who that is, but I'm just not too sure. But I'm enjoying it so far. I'm gonna keep going. I hope I'm not disappointed. But yeah, it's currently like Thursday. Yeah, it's the second day. Is it the second day of the year? It's the second day of the year. So it's currently Thursday. I'm trying to just see what I get through throughout the rest of the week. So we'll see if I get through anything maybe like tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday, and then wrap up. But I don't know, because every time I pick this one, I feel like there's just something about her books that every time I pick them up, they're just very hard to put down. And the only reason I want to put them down is because I just need like a mental break, because it's a very sad and heartbreaking. And from what I'm reading, I don't think it's gonna be like as heartbreaking as like Redeeming 6 and like Finding and Keeping 13, but I know that it's gonna be sad. Like I'm already getting like, I'm just already emotionally connected to these characters that I know that I'm just gonna be sad, but I just don't know if I'm gonna be on the same level of sad as the other books. I really truly hope not, because if that's the case, that's crazy. But yeah, so I'm gonna get back into this. We're gonna see what's going on, and we're gonna go from there. Also, look, I have this cute little like sweater. I'm obsessed with Fourth Wing, so I got this cute little sweater, and it's like the double dragons coming out of the book. Isn't that so cute? I got this like a year ago, and I always forget that I have it, and I put it on today, and I was like, but yeah. So I'm just trying to get through this, and we'll see what happens, girls, because I don't know if I'm ready for this emotional wreck. Okay, I'm low key losing it. I just finished Taming 7 by Chloe Walsh. The way that the last like 30, like 20% just took me out is crazy. I I hope this is recording. I was at work, and I was listening to the audiobook, and I was with one of the girls, and while I'm listening to the book, like the one of the biggest reveals happens, and I was utterly losing it, like completely losing it. I literally had to pause the book and I was like gasping. And the girl I was with was like, "Are you okay?" "No, I'm not okay. I'm not okay." And so then I had to stop listening to the book because I knew I couldn't take it anymore. And I ended up pausing it and worked and whatever. On my lunch, I started reading it again on my iPad. And the way that I just like could not like keep my like the commentary like in my brain, like it was just like shocking and heartbreaking and like all this stuff. And like I literally was like, I hate this, like I'm gonna cry, like I hate this. I kept saying it over and over again. And the same girl that was with me in the morning was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "No, I'm not okay." And I explained to her what was happening in the book, and I was like, that's the one thing I don't know what it is, but Chloe Walsh's books, her characters go through a lot of trauma, and it's not for everyone. It's really not. But I think that it's for me because I personally like the fact that they went through that trauma and like the way that she speaks about it, and not necessarily liked it, but just like the way that it's an integral part to these characters and like their growth and stuff. And like I said, it's not for everyone. Like it is a very hard book to get through. It's not as, in my opinion, it's not as hard to get through as I would say like Saving and Redeeming 6, as well as like Binding and Keeping 13. Like there's a lot more like light-hearted moments than the other books. The other books are really, really, really like like literally I feel like I have just like I feel like I got stabbed in the chest every time I picked up those other books. This one I feel like there was so much that like I went into it like not knowing. I feel like with Binding and Keeping and Saving and Redeeming, like there was like there's a lot that you kind of uncover at the beginning, and then Saving and Redeeming is essentially around like you already have a lot of the backstory of the characters like family, at least Joey's family, because you get Shannon and stuff, so you kind of already know the stuff. And I think just seeing it from another perspective made it very hard, as well as just like Joey just sees more of it than Shannon, versus with this one Gibbsy has like all these guards up and he's just very like to himself. And so it's one of those things where it's like when you get to the like the big reveal like at the end, it's it's a lot. And yeah, it just made me really sad. um I don't know what I would rate this book. I think for me, I think it's like in the 4.5 range. Like the characters like Gibbsy and Claire are just like funny. Like their dynamic is just like they give like old married couple vibes, and so they're very close the way that they speak to each other and stuff. And I like that, but I like their dynamic is just different than Johnny and Shannon's and Joey and Eva's, because they've known each other their whole lives, and the level of like protectiveness and like care that they have for each other is just different than the other ones. It's not as like I feel like it's just built up over a longer period of time, versus like Joey and Aoife's, it's built over time, but Johnny and Shannon's is built over just like like the quick trust that she put into him, versus Joey and Aoife's is just like the fact of just being there through everything. And that's what I appreciated like from this book, is that Claire's there with Gibbsy for everything. And I just like love that part of the relationship, that she just was like, I'm never gonna, like, yes, like all of this hurts, but I'm never gonna leave him. Like I love him. Like that's just like never gonna change. That's just like a fact of my life. And I appreciated that. But yeah, So I think that's like a 4.5. Some of the writing, I feel like, I mean, at the same time, like, I guess it's considered YA, so it's kind of like spelled out a little bit. And there were points where I was like, I feel like it's just like given to us too easily, in a way. Like, it's just written in a very simple terms, versus like maybe like if it was for like a little bit more mature audience, it would have been written not so on the nose. But I think that's because it's meant for like a young adult, new adult, whatever. But for the most part, I really enjoyed it. I don't know, for me, I feel like it it stayed in the same range. Like, I think Binding and Keeping for me is like a 5. Saving and Redeemings are like 4.5s. So I think this kind of like falls into the same range. I just think that for now, I'm okay to put down the sad books, and I think like my mood reading. My mood is no longer sad. I think I got my fill with Redeeming 6 and Taming 7, because what the heck? But also, this book to me feels like it ends on a cliffhanger, and as of right now, there's nothing out that says there's gonna be another book. Like, at least nothing from like Chloe Walsh's like website. I don't know if she's posted something anywhere else, but nothing from there. So I'm a little upset, because now I need to know like the rest of what happens, because I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it, but the way that the last chapter is set up just feels like there's more to the story that we're going to get, and I just want to know. And I feel like I feel like there's just like another character I want to see more of, and see like what happens with that character, because that character needs healing and stuff. And I feel like so far all the characters we've seen, like our core characters, have gone through their healing, and like they have like their revelation book, and then they have their healing book, and I just need that, and I need that for another character. So we'll see what happens. But for the most part, it was a pretty good week. Started the new year off finishing a book. I'm in the 6th day of the year, and I finished this book. And it wasn't a small book; it was a really big book. So I'm really proud of myself for that. But let me know if you've read any of these books. If you have any other opinions on these books, I would love to talk to somebody about them, because nobody in my life has read these books. And now it's just gonna eat away at me and my little baby heart, because I care for these characters so much. That was one thing I told my friend, was that like I care for these characters and they're not even real. And like when all these things happen to these characters, it hurts me, because I just feel like we get so many moments of these characters just being themselves, and I love that. Like, I love to see these characters, and I is they're like, to me, they're real people. So when these bad things happen to them, I'm like, no, not my friends. And they're not even my friends, they're not even real, but in my mind they're my friends. Like, I love them. So yeah, that was totally off topic, but it wasn't, but it was. But yeah, anyways, let me know if you like these books. Let me know if you read them. Who knows what I'm going to get into next? So you'll have to keep up with that and figure that out with me, because I don't even know. I don't even know. I'm excited to see what the rest of my reading journey for the year has in store for me, because last year I started strong, and this year I'm starting strong. So we'll see what happens, because the end of the year was not so great. So fingers crossed. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.